Pammy's story is one of resilience and the triumph of kindness over cruelty. It all began with her kind and gentle nature, a trait that made her both a target and ultimately a survivor. Pammy's life took a dark turn when she fell into the hands of cruel abusers who saw her as nothing more than a means to an end. Her general disposition marked her as an ideal candidate for exploitation. They turned her into a breeding machine, subjecting her to the relentless cycle of pregnancy and childbirth. But the torment didn't stop there. She also served as a bait dog in the gruesome world of dogfighting, bearing the scars and wounds of these horrific encounters. Chained in a small filthy yard, Pammy's life was a living nightmare. She was demoralized, her ears were cruelly cut off, and her spirit was broken. As she grew weaker from the physical and the emotional abuse, her owners showed her the door, casting her out onto the unforgiving streets. Living on the streets was no less cruel. Pammy struggled to survive under the scorching sun, limping around with a broken leg, likely inflicted by her previous owners as a parting gift. The wounds from her past continued to fester, and she was in a constant state of pain and suffering. But Pammy's story took a turn for the better when kind-hearted individuals stepped in to rescue her. They recognized her dire condition and the urgent need for medical attention. Pammy was finally given the dignity she deserved. She received treatments for her heat stroke, and IV fluids were administered to stabilize her. The broken leg that had left her immobilized was scheduled for surgical repair, and her infected wounds were cleaned, sanitized, and treated. The healing process had begun. As the days passed, her journey to recovery continued. Despite her painful past, she showed unwavering patience and acceptance of the medical procedures she underwent. Medicated baths eased her damaged skin, and her eyes, once clouded with suffering, began to clear up. The staff applied ointments, bandaged her leg, and administered antibiotics to combat infections. Day by day, her strength and confidence grew. Her special, gentle spirit began to shine through the darkness of her past. The scars and wounds that had once been a painful reminder of her ordeal were slowly healing, both physically and emotionally. Pammy was finally free from the horrors of her past, surrounded by loving caregivers who were determined to ensure that no one would ever hurt her again. After a month of dedicated care, Pammy was on the path to recovery. She had endured the worst of human cruelty and emerged with resilience and grace. Her story was a testament to the power of compassion and the capacity for healing, even in the face of most profound suffering. Pammy, who had been through unimaginable horrors, was now on the road to a brighter future, where love and kindness would be her constant companions. Her past was behind her, and the promise of a better life lay ahead, where she would never again be a victim of cruelty.